What's up, guys? My name is Mama K and I teach you how to play Modern Warfare Zombies. This video is a thorough guide on how to open up the South Dark Aether. This is the first Dark Aether rift that gave us the Dogbone, Golden Armor, and Aether Blade. So starting off from the Bad Signal Act 4 mission, collecting all three of our purple items that we need, upgrading them to gold, and then opening the portal, and then running the South Dark Aether, showing you where the contracts and Exfil is. Everything that you need is in this video. Let's go. All right, so we're now in front of the Bad Signal Act 4 mission. So this is located at F6. If you hover over it, it's going to be right here marked on your map. This is the first Act 4 story mission that's going to open up this Dark Aether rift right here. It's what I like to call the South Dark Aether. It's located on the southern part of tier 3. Okay, so in order to go into this Dark Aether portal, you have to do Bad Signal first. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you my bag really quick. Don't mind this jug. This is just what I had on before. I did buy 2 sentry guns. So those are going to be my kill streak of choice for this mission. I did the rune, so I have an extra pack 3 and legendary tool. I have a total of 5 self revives. I shouldn't need all those, but I have them just in case. I figured I'd fill my bag. And then I have a turret mod. So this isn't guaranteed to spawn, but if it does, you're going to absolutely make sure that you have one just in case it does spawn for the worm fight. And then I have Casimirs. I lost my decoys on accident, and so if I wouldn't have lost those, then I would have just brought in the decoys. All right, here is the Act 4 mission, Bad Signal. All right, so now that we're in here, all that it prompts us to do is the seals broken 0 of 4. These are going to pop up on your screen. Now you can do them in whatever order you want. It does not matter. I follow the same route every single time. So I head to this first one here on the left, and then I kind of make my way over. Again, it doesn't matter. It's whatever you want to do. All right, so we're going to go into this first one. And these are soul boxes. So you're going to activate the seal and you're going to get the zombie kills inside the soul box. So pretty simple enough. I am legendary tool pack 3 on my Ram 7. I think that's going to help with the worm boss fight. Now these are tier 2 zombies, so my gun is doing just fine. I don't have an issue. I have no idea why they're throwing their meat at me, but all we're gonna do here is just get the kills inside. Now this one is brain rot, so as you can see, kind of the green around the circle, brain rot, that corresponds to a bottle of pills, so we're gonna keep that in mind later. Now if you need to, there's an ammo cache you can hit right there on your way out, and then all we're gonna do is run to the next one. So all in all, these are really easy. I think a lot of people get nervous when they go to do these missions. I do think they might have nerfed this one because I know a lot of people had trouble soloing the worm initially, but then it got pretty easy. So really, as long as you know what to expect with these, then they're not bad at all. So this one is cryo. You can see the little cryo around the soul box. It's important to keep in mind if you do see a nuke in this, not to grab it because it's not going to count to fill up your souls. And then I was also completely ignorant to the fact that there is a meter bar on the left side of the screen where it says kill zombies near the seal. So it literally tells you how much progress you've made. Yeah, I don't know what I was paying attention to the first time I did this. Not that. So that'll help you figure out where you are. And then something else is I would make sure that you wait until the zombies are inside the circle. Now, something else I was just reminded of is you can bring a dog. Dogs do make this step a little harder because if they're killing zombies outside the circle, then that's not going to count. You see, as I kill them, their souls are kind of going inside. So dogs are great to help pick you up for the boss fight, or the worm fight. But yeah, if they're killing outside of your circle, that can make things a little tricky. So just keep that in mind. If you're wondering how to get the dog, if you don't have the dog bone schematic, which is where you find in the South Dark Aether, you can get 4 pieces of meat and put them in the dog houses. There's the journal and the cryo. And then I just head north. So again, I like the route I take. Again, you can do any order, it doesn't matter. But I like this route because it seems to flow pretty easily from left to right. And then as we get over to the right side, that's where we have the worm fight. So you don't have to backtrack. That's the only reason why I like the order that I do them in. So this one is napalm. Manglers are weak to napalm, so we're gonna have some manglers come in here soon, and that's what makes this one probably the trickiest, because they shoot their little cannons at you. See, that guy's trying to get me. Just go ahead and take him out. So if I had to pick, I'd say this one's the hardest of them all. I do have cryo on my gun. It doesn't matter. Whatever ammo mod you would like to use, it doesn't make any difference in this story mission. I think I just picked it up because it was in a rift. Oh, you are in. Okay, napalm, fiery dog collar. So all of these items that we're seeing on the seals are going to be connected to the items that we need to collect to open up the South Dark Aether. Now I'm going to cover that later. It's going to be in a complete other video. So if you have no idea what that is, that's okay. You're not collecting any of those right now, but we will later. All right, we come up this back way. There's an ammo cache right here. And this one is going to be a dead wire. So we're going to see lots of disciples. And that mangler needs to go away. I'm just kidding. But as you can see, the electric going around this circle for dead wire. I love that they added that effect. It's actually really cool. I also did not notice that the first time. My defense, I was on a mission, you know? Really my biggest tips with this, keep moving and shooting, right? That's all. I mean, I suppose you could stand still if you'd like, but I think it just helps to watch your back from the zombies. Just keep moving. If you didn't have a legendary tool, you could also use purple. There's no doubt in my mind that would be plenty strong for this mission. I just think the legendary is going to do more damage on the worm, and that's why I recommended it. But a purple's going to be just fine for these zombies because, again, they're only tier 2. All right, we are about done here. Need to find all of the ammo plates that I can get. Full armor, I'll take it. All right, and then now it's telling us to leave the Dark Aether. Yeah, they're funny. What I like to do is glide over here to this rock, and then you can take this portal. So we're gonna go all the way down to this point here, and this is where, spoiler alert, we find the purple worm. So was definitely not expecting that the first time this came out. Had no idea at all. All right, so we're gonna get close. And purple worm is now here, and what you're gonna do is come up here on the side of this road. Now if there was a turret mod, it would be up here. It is not up here, so that sucks. Nothing I can do about that, but that's where it would be. Okay, so all we're gonna do is set those up. He's getting ready to do his purple attack. Slide out of the way, and you're just going to shoot the worm. All you're gonna do. If you stay up here, it's a little more safe. Now, if he eats you, definitely spam your jump button. So for me, it's my space bar that is going to release you from here. Now the worm is kind of gone. I'm gonna throw my thermite there, and we're gonna have big ol' wormy come back up. Okay, so if he seems like he's going underneath, you can't get him to spawn back up, just throw your lethal. Now, if you don't want to use the Ram 7 or you don't have the Ram 7, you're looking for another gun, it doesn't really matter. Anything that has lots of ammo. He's doing his little attack, so I'm going to run away from that. He's doing it again. I'm going to slide out. There's not a lot of zombies here. Now, you run out of ammo. Ow, Pokemon, bad! There's an ammo cache right there where you can refill. Another place, like if you're like absolutely shaking in your boots, you don't know what to do, I'd highly recommend you can stand over here by this building. These are little bathrooms, right? If you feel like you need a little bit more cover, you can also stand over here. I have absolutely seen people do that too. Completely up to you. Now I find when there's someone on the beach, he tends to hit them more. Ah! See, I don't like the bathroom, but that's an option. He's doing his purple attack. You just keep moving. And I'm just aiming for those purple spots on his body. Now, if you did bring in a dog, Pokemon Smash. Ah! All right. Look. Tell me he's not a Pokemon, okay? He is. Brother! So this is why I like to stay up top. It's just safer. I also think they toned down these purple orbs because those used to be really bad when the game first came out. So shoot the purple orbs. That way they can't do damage to you. One of the things that makes this boss fight so challenging is that excuse me, you don't get a lot of shield. There's not a lot of zombies, and so you're not getting those shield drops. I think that's what makes this so tricky. And then when he does his Pokemon Smash, like that can be challenging in that laser. So I just recommend staying up here, shooting those purple orbs. Just keep moving. Even when he goes down, I'm trying to think if I can go down and get ammo. Okay, so important reminder for the ammo cache is you can only refill every 7 seconds. I'm sorry, the cooldown was 7 seconds. You can only refill it every 60 seconds. So keep that in mind. But yeah, it's right there. It's so funny because this worm's actually, his name is Gormgant, and everyone's like, how do I defeat him? I'm like, who's that? Who's that? What color is he? Is he gray, purple, or red? Purple. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, tough guy. He's so tough. He ain't so tough. So we used 2 self-revives. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that jug so I don't lose it. And unfortunately, I didn't have the turret mod. Again, if it spawned in, it's gonna be right here. It's all RNG on if it spawns in, but I highly recommend that you do take one in just in case. Wonder Waff, that and a gold skull. That gold skull doesn't do anything. It's just gonna give you it's worth 5,000 points, so I'm just gonna take it purely for the XP. And then it's the reward rift is always going to give you this locked diary. This is a gold diary to open up the South Dark Aether. Now there's no other reason to do this mission outside of doing it and getting this diary. So you don't need multiple, but you do need that to open up the South Dark Aether. So we're gonna go ahead and grab it, and then here is the bad signal cutscene.
Drop it! You will never be alone again. We will be one.
Johnson, this is Ravenov. The strike team have returned from the rift.
Ravenov?
Ava, they made contact with some kind of entity. They're coming for debrief. Report to ops.
They met... what?
An entity inside the rift.
I'll be right there.
Now that we've completed the Act 4 mission Bad Signal, it's time to unlock the South Dark Aether portal. This is going to be located in F5, F6 on the south side of Tier 3. It's why I call it the South Dark Aether. Now, in order to open up the Dark Aether portal, you need to complete the Act 4 story mission. That gives you your gold item of the locked diary. Then you have to collect 3 purple items, upgrade them to gold, and then place them. And that's how you unlock all the Dark Aethers. It's the same thing for every single one. So to unlock the items for the South Dark Aether, the first two things that you need to bring in are ammo mods. You brain rot and dead wire. Now, if you don't have those, you can find them in the Aether Nest or the Infested Stronghold. And then you also need a Molotov. So what we're going to do here is, I don't have my gun upgraded. It's not packed. It doesn't have a tool on it. And I am going to use brain rot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I put brain rot on. You can go into Infested Stronghold. I recommend these Aether Nests because they're smaller. Now, you can shoot any one that you want. We're just going to... Okay, so I shot that one time, right? You do not want to destroy it. If you destroy it, you're going to have to start all over. Now, having Jug in here is going to help if you want. I didn't have Jug, but that's okay. So now that it's green, we're going to open it. All right. And that's giving us a purple bottle of pills. So as you can see, I've collected that. All right, let's get out of here. That is the first purple item that we're gonna get. So the next step after you've gotten the pill bottle is you're gonna be looking for these purple ether tears. So what I highly recommend is just getting into a vehicle, driving around. You know, you've probably seen some already. and just go to wherever your favorite one is. Sophie just fell with me. Okay, so I pull my chute right away, so I'm at the highest point possible, and then I'm going into the green portal. So this is just like they've done previously, like in Cold War. And then as you can see on the map, if you look at your mini map, there is a purple bounty. So this is going to take us to a mimic contract. This is a tier 1 mimic contract. So just follow it. If you don't see where it drops down, again, just use your mini map, and then we're going to go over here and fight this mimic. So this is the one time that you will see me with 2 guns. I do have it because I want my ram for some things, I want my crossbow for others. So that's kind of what's going on here. So we're just gonna head on over the world's farthest bounty. I got little legs. It takes me a long time to run. What are we doing over here? I'm just kidding. It's not that far. I work out. Ah. Okay. Hello? Oh, he's down here. All right. Boom. All right, and now that gives me the gold bottle of pills. So that is 2 gold items needed to unlock the South Dark Aether. I need 4. So I have the gold pill bottle and the gold diary. So next thing we want to do is we're going to find a purple orb in the sky. All right, this must be streamer loot, streamer luck, because I found the first orb that I was looking for. I have common spots that I check, so this is definitely one of them. So for the next part that you need to open up the South Dark Aether, I told you to bring in dead wire. So we're going to equip dead wire to my ram. And what we're going to do is shoot this. So you see how it's turning yellow? This is going to drop us a purple security camera. So we need to shoot the orb until it breaks. Now, something that I've kind of heard from folks as they're working on this, if you have incendiary ammo on, because some people still run that, it can interfere with this. So if you're shooting this and it's not turning yellow, usually that means one of 2 things: you have incendiary ammo on, or you didn't do bad signal. Okay, so there is the purple surveillance camera. Now, the next thing that we need to do for this is just like the other bottle of pills, we need to find another ether tear and go inside it. So just like last time, we have found the ether tear. Just get in a vehicle until you find one. You're going to go through it. I pull my parachute at the top. Now, if you have collected, let's say you collected both the pill bottle and the camera at the same time before you went to an ether tear, you would see the green one and the yellow one. So you'll see both of them. Then you can just pick whichever one you want to go through. It doesn't matter. Couple of things to keep in mind. Now, if you have already opened the Dark Aether portal, you cannot get these items again. If you're on a team that opens the portal is open. You don't have to get your own items. If your group of friends is doing this, you only need 1 set of items per team, as they did make it so if you're on a team when the Dark Aether's open, it's open for everybody. Now, let's say you're helping somebody open their Dark Aether portal. You already have the portal open. If you guys are doing this together, they have to be the one to go through that rift first. Okay, you will not be able to go through if you have already opened the portal. The person who doesn't have it open has to go through first, and then you can go. So it can be kind of tricky. If you miss, let's say you're too low, just fall back down, use that tear. Usually you can probably get it 2, maybe 3 times, and then you're good to go. Okay, so this one is always going to take us into a tier 2 bounty to fight a disciple, right? Because the disciples, their weakness is dead wire. So this one is always going to be tier 2, and they did make it to where you have tier 1 was the mimic, tier 2 is this guy. Just gonna throw that over there. Disciples drive me crazy. They are the literal worst. Because they don't stop sucking you. Oh, I might have hurt myself without PhD. It's okay. There's so many of them. I don't have any perks. That is not helping anything. Get off me. Now, as a reminder, if the disciple is trying to siphon your health, just get behind something and that will cut the tie. All right, and then you enter the rift. This is going to be the gold camera. And again, that won't go to anybody else if they already have it. So the last purple item that we need is the purple dog collar. I'm going to throw a decoy over there so the zombies can go play while I find this. So you're just going to go to any doghouse on the map. Just you can drive around until you find one. You're going to deposit a Molotov, close it. It's going to spawn in a hellhound, and when you kill that, you will have the purple dog collar. So that is the final purple item that we need. And then what's going to happen next is you're going to go into the Aether tier, and then you're going to have a third bounty. It's going to be a Mangler bounty inside tier 3. So before you go inside that Aether tier, we want to make sure that we're ready. I'm only pack 2, so I'm going to go run some contracts until we can get pack 3, get some perks, and then we'll go through that Aether tier. All right, we are on our last item. Here's in the Aether tier in the middle of tier 2, just outside the stadium. Pull your chute, and we're gonna go into this final rift. This one is red for the dog color, so this is gonna upgrade it from purple to gold. Now, something to keep in mind when you go through this, it has taken my dog color. My dog color is gone. I don't have it anymore. So let's say, if, for example, if you fail this contract, you will need to get the item again. So you can get the item, you know, over and over again until you open up the portal. After you open up the portal, you're not going to be able to find it. Is this going to be... There you are up there. It doesn't matter the order of the contracts that you do them in. Ah, Jace. You know, you can... It doesn't matter. You can go in any order. You don't have to do them in one game. You can do them as many games as you want. So the flexibility is yours. I would just say make sure you're prepared to fight a tier 3 Mangler bounty, you know, before you go in. So I've got all my perks. I'm pack 3 legendary. You know, I've got what I need to take down this bounty, because it's going to be a little stronger than a normal Mangler. If you have the ammo mod napalm, that's going to help too, since the Manglers are weak to napalm. Okay, I don't have any extra decoys, but that's okay. All right, we're going to take out this big guy. This is why I love the crossbow. I'm gonna put in some work here. Oh, I call him a healing aura. Oh, there's a nade, a nuke. I'm gonna take that. GG easy. I love the crossbow so much. I love it. Okay, so that is our gold dog collar. So we are going to now take all the items that we've gotten. We have the gold pill bottle, diary, surveillance camera, and dog collar. So we're going to take those and we're going to open up the South Dark Aether. So to open it up, again, we're taking the 4 gold items that we got and we're going to place them on the pedestals, and that is going to open the rift. Whoa! What did... How... What did I just hit? Okay, there's another ether tear. I like that one. There's also usually one on the north side of tier 3 on top of the hill too. Alrighty then. Whee! Did you know these vehicles can go in water for a little bit? Okay. So here we have, this is going to be where the South Dark Aether portal comes in. I'm going to go ahead and call in my jug because I'm going to want that, because once we open the portal, we're going to get a mega abomination. Okay, so cryo freeze. For that one, we are going to place the diary. So I'm going to right click it, place that item. Here's the brain rot. We're going to put in the bottle of pills. Here is the dead wire. There's the surveillance camera. And then you have napalm, which is the dog collar. So now you can see the portal light up. So from that moment, when you see this portal spawn in, it's open. You can leave. You don't have to stay. You don't even have to fight this mega. It's completely up to you. Either way, that portal is now open. I am done, right? Now, the only thing is, it will, if you defeat this mega, it will give you a reward rift, and you'll get a regular sigil. The sigils are how you get into the Dark Aether. The crossbow would have been fine. I love using the jugs. Okay, and when you go in, this is the sigil. Now, this sigil is going to let you in on this side. Now, that sigil will not get you any schematics. In order to get schematics, you'll need to go in here, and then you need the elder sigil. That's the yellow one. I obviously don't have that, but to get the schematics for this one, it's going to be the dog bone, the golden armor, and the ether blade. That's what you get from this portal. You need the yellow elder sigil. The only place to get those is in the Dark Aether. Now you can run tier contracts. Now that I have a portal open, that's going to give me the orange ones, but that is what we have for now. All right, and that's how to open up the South Dark Aether. All right, so now we're getting ready to go into the South Dark Aether. Now, I call this the South Dark Aether because it's located on the south side of Tier 3. This is at F5, F6. Now, this is the only Dark Aether where schematics are guaranteed. When you complete the first contract, you're going to get the dog bone. When you complete the second one, you're going to get the golden armor, and the third one is going to be the ether blade. So, pass all 3 contracts, you'll get all 3 schematics. Now, I do have my duo back there, all poison. He's gonna help me out.
Hi.
And so just to go over my bag and what I'm bringing in, I do have a total of 4 self-revives. As soon as I put the elder sigil in, I will stow my self-revive that's equipped. That's going to give me an extra one. So I don't know if you guys know that. That works for all the Dark Aethers. If you take off yourself, it'll kind of give you another one. Same thing with the Casimir. I only have 1. When I go into the Dark Aether, it's going to give me a second one. Now I have 2 jugs, so this is going to be super helpful against the Megs in this Dark Aether. There are a ton of Kevins. And then just some random pack 2 crystals that I have from our rewards. And then the only other thing I would recommend is a sentry or 2 for the escorts. And then you can also bring in more Casimirs for the escort contract, as well as the VR11. Now I have the Scorcher with me. You don't need it, but it's super helpful to have. It makes going from contract to contract fast. So while I have the Scorcher, Poison is going to use the VR11 to heal the escort contract. So if you're bringing that in, which you absolutely should, make sure you have that and it's packed. If it's not packed, it's not going to heal the escort. Ooh. All right, so we are in the Elder Sigil, so that is the yellow circle. As a reminder, that's the only way that you're going to get the schematics. If you use the regular sigil, there's going to kind of be less megs. There's going to be more time. You won't get any of the schematics. So the first one, we just came over to this building. This is located at H4. I'm gonna grab the bunny. Now you can do these contracts in any order. Like I said before, it doesn't matter which one you do first. You're always going to get the dog bone schematic first. My squad just likes to do these ether extractors. Again, do whatever order you want. I know a lot of people like to do the escort first because they like to empty their bag. To me, it's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So whatever boats your float, you can do whatever. I do like the Scorcher to go from extractor to extractor pretty quickly. Let me clear this right here. And then I also like to shoot the base here, and that's gonna let me work on overloading the extractor and then still take out those zombies in the process. Whoa, I literally I hit the ether extractor as it was blowing up. That was too funny. Okay. All right, then we're gonna go to the last one here, and there's the exit. So if you ever find yourself in this dark ether, you don't want to and you want to leave, the exit is located just right on top of this roof. There's rappels on the side. You can just take it up and then climb up, and there you will have that. All right. Oh, it gave me an ether blade case. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use that now. Whoa. All right. All right, now we're gonna head over to E4. So when I look at the map, you see this light patio right here. It's just going to be on the corner right there. This is going to be for the escort contract. If you do this first and you don't have a Scorcher, some people will take the zip up and you're right there from when you spawn in, because you spawn in just over there at that gate. So you can come up and it's right here. It's completely up to you, but then you just glide over here. Now this is a great time to bring in one of the juggernauts that you have. There's going to be a meg here, and then sometimes but not always there's going to be another meg on the backside. So we're going to go ahead and we're not dealing with Kevin's. We're going to go ahead and equip that jug. Now there is a meg when you first spawn in. I just go ahead and skip that one. There's no point in killing him. Just kind of run around him, or like I scorched to the building to grab the contract. All right, both those are dead. Okay. All right, so now we can go ahead and start our contract here. There's also an ammo cache right there if you need to refill your ammo. All right, and then the escort is right there. If you guys haven't learned yet, you can put sentries up there. Now, if another player is on top of it, you're not going to be able to. Just have them jump off and then you can put one down. I don't think you can put more than 4 though. It's not needed. We have 1. But however many you want to go ahead and put, you can. Something else that I will say is you cannot call in a jug on the escort. If you do, it will break it. It will break it. You like don't even think about it. The jug will destroy the escort, and then as a result, it doesn't even matter how many contracts you do, you won't get the ether blade, because the ether blade is the 3rd and final schematic that you get after completing all of them. You have to complete all of them. So if you fail the escort, then you won't get that ether blade. So super important to note and keep in mind. Now, I love the crossbow in this. It does so much damage. I think it's great for clearing out the zombies. My only tip for this is to make sure it can be really easy to run out of ammo. So as you're walking around, pick up those ammo bags. That's going to help you out a lot as you're completing this. And then Poison has the VR11, so he's just healing the escort as we go. It can also be tricky. So again, this Dark Aether has the most megs out of all of them, and they seem to come out of nowhere. So usually how we'll divide up our responsibilities is have one person watch the escort and its health while the other person takes out the megs, because they can come in and kind of do a happy dance on your escort, and it's such a pain. Now, if you're by yourself and you're running it, it can kind of be tricky to balance both the escort. So usually what I'll do is I'll shoot the escort, make sure it's healed and we're good to go, and then I will go ahead and call in my jug to fight the Meg. See, here's another Kevin. Casimirs are super great for the escort. Oh, there are 2 down here, so let's go ahead and kill these guys. Now I popped the Aether Blade because that first reward rift gave me it. Sometimes it will give you a dog. You can go ahead and call in a dog. Those are great distractors for the megas. But the dogs die fast, so I would never rely on the dogs, especially in here. And I think you guys probably see that from tier 3 too, right? Like the dogs die really, really fast. Hey, buddy. Oh my gosh, I killed one, and now we're on Megs 4 and 5. So what I like to do, and it looks like they might be, normally there's a Meg right here. This is where I like to call my jug. So as I said before, you don't want your jug to hit the escort. So I like to call it off on this side of the path. And I can just shoot the Megs from here. Now you can also call it in behind the escort, right? That's not going to do anything. It's behind it. Now, even if the jug like hits a building and rolls into the street and dink, the escort taps it, you will fail. It'll insta destroy it. It's really such a pain. So I do like two jugs, one for the beginning of the escort and then one here for the end. And again, Casimirs help. You can throw a Casimir right in front of it there, and then that's going to pull the zombies in front of that laser on the escort. Now this is our second contract, so when we get done, this is going to give me the golden armor schematic. All right, got a decoy. I gave me another Aether Blade. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna go to the last bunny. So this last one is going to be an Outlast Contract. So we're going down here along the beach. That's the bad signal worm. And then right here at this bus, this is located at E6. We're gonna grab this bunny. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of my Scorcher there. I could have jumped up, but you guys can just take this zip line to go back up, and then you'll just make your way over here to the escort. I'm sorry, the Outlast. Boom. Okay. Make sure someone in your squad activates that. There's been a few times where I forgot, so you can't start the Outlast if you don't start the P&D. And then this one is really easy. I mean, you can run around. I have Casimirs left over that I didn't use during my escort, so I can throw those out there to the side. Some people will stand up here and just kind of run back and forth. The only thing is the zombies like to throw their meat, so just watch out for that. That's the only thing that can kind of make things tricky. But my squad and I like doing this with the Outlast forward last, because all we have to do to exit is just go up the stairs. Now there's also an exit down below, but I don't waste my time looking for it. I just always go up the stairs, and it's pretty easy. I will say, all in all, this is probably the most challenging Dark Aether. Again, it's really just because of the Megs and the Escort Contract. You really do have to juggle killing both, like killing the Megs and keeping the Escort alive. It's really easy if you have one person kind of focusing on the Megs, one person focusing on the Escort. But other than that, this is really not bad. Now, some people will ask me, do you have to complete all 3 contracts? No, you don't. You can only do 2. But again, you won't get those Aether Blade plans. until you complete all 3. Now here, just to keep in mind, it did give me an ether blade case and ether blade plans, so make sure you take out the ether blade plans. You have to take those out. I had someone one time accidentally grab the case, so she didn't get the schematics. So you can take both, but just make sure you absolutely take the plans. Okay, that's actually not a bad run. I ended up getting 3 ether blade cases. I don't know if that's streamer loot. That honestly never happens. Normally I end up with 3 dog bones. So if you're looking to get ether blade cases, you can get it in the contracts. I'm just going up the stairs here to the exit. I can hear the portal. But yeah, you can get ether blade cases in this one, in the North Dark Aether, and the newest Dark Aether, which is what I call the East. So yes, this is the South. Bring in some self-revives, a couple of jugs, Casimirs. You can bring in a dog. It just doesn't last long. If you have golden armor and the ether blade from friends, those are obviously going to help. Sentry for the escort. And other than that, it's not too bad. You got this. If you have any questions, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Good luck.